Hi everyone, my name is Caroline. I'm a lecturer in physics at a UK university, so I teach physics, I research physics, spend most of my working day thinking about science and physics. But yeah, this channel is all about student matters, academic lifestyle, what lecturers get up to, and today I thought we could do my top 5 academic things for the month, or my top 5 products that have been really useful in my job as a lecturer and have brightened up my day, especially with the current global situation and having to work from home and not getting to see my colleagues and my students as much. So these are my top 5 June picks. I know other channels do this. I know quite often they can be beauty related. These are not going to be beauty related. These are going to be my 5 academic or related to work things that I found useful in June. So, number 1, my new mouse mat. So this is a photo of me skiing. At the moment, of course, travel is really restricted. I love skiing. I'm very lucky. I get to try to go once a year if possible. This snap was taken a couple of years back in the Three Valleys region. I know it's the middle of summer, but I needed a new mouse mat. My mouse was having trouble working properly at home, mainly because I'd put contact paper on my desk and it was all shiny, not picking up very well. So I thought I would treat myself and get a photo printed onto a mouse mat. And just reminds me that, you know, there's a bigger world out there than my desk and the computer that I'm staring at, the computer screen that I'm working at, and that at some point when this situation does ease, we will be able to travel again and I will be able to get to go skiing again. So that is my number 1 favourite for the June, a new mouse mat. Number 2 favourite for June, and I'm not very far through this yet, so I'm only on chapter 4, but I am enjoying it. So one of the things I'm trying to do is to spend more time in the evening, maybe stepping away from the kind of the physics books that I read for my job and reading books for interest, so science books for interest. And I've had this sitting on the shelf for ages and not read it at all. It's called Galileos Daughter, and it's the correspondence between Galileo and his daughter, hence the title. But it's a really interesting book. So I didn't know very much about his daughter at all. She's called Maria. She actually goes off and she becomes a nun, so she lives in a convent. But it's really fascinating. So her letters to him, to Galileo, survived, but his letters to her when she was a nun didn't for some reason survive. People have tried to find them in the records and they can't find them. And so at the moment, the opening chapters are following Galileo through his early life and how he sets himself up for his career. And then I think at some point this book is going to start to show the correspondence between Galileo and his daughter Maria. And I'm really looking forward to reading it from a different perspective. So that's my book of choice for this month. Hopefully I'll have it finished by June so I can have a different book for July, but it's a good one. Okay, other favourites for the month. Love this. Absolutely love this. This is a 2 terabyte hard drive. So when the situation changed and we all had to start working from home, obviously I'm now relying on laptops from home to do my job. And yes, lots of our university platforms I can log into, and I can store things using the university computer system still. But I had a lot of stuff on my own laptops that I wanted to sort out. Files, photographs, things that I wanted, like correspondence to tidy away, make backup copies of, where I've been writing journal papers, and actually my YouTube videos, you know, just in case YouTube ever goes down and I lose all my videos, I thought it would be a good idea to have a backup of the videos just in case I could put them back up on the channel. And this has been amazing. 2 terabytes, I've got loads of space on it still. It's nice and thin, so it doesn't take up much room on the desk. It's a real plug and play, stick it in, the computer works with it absolutely fine. My other hard drive wasn't quite as reliable. This one feels a bit more ruggedized, a bit more robust. But basically, 2 terabyte hard drive. It's made me a lot more confident that my work is backed up and it's secure, and it's something I always say to my students, you know, regardless of what year you're in, make sure you've backed up your reports, your essays. If you're writing your dissertation, make sure you have a copy of your dissertation backed up. When I did my PhD, I actually used to save it onto CDs, and then sometimes I take a CD home with me and just leave it at my parents' house, so I had like the latest version that I've written to that point. And the same thing with computer code. If you're writing computer code, keep a backup version that works. Nothing more frustrating than tinkering with your code and it stopping working just before a deadline or just before you need to hand it a piece of coursework in. So always have a version of your code that's working saved somewhere before you start enhancing it, playing around with it, messing it up. So yeah, 2 terabyte hard drive. That's my 3rd favourite of the month. 4th favourite of the month. And this really was just to brighten up doing work, I guess. So I'm doing a lot of marking at the moment, a lot of reading of research papers. I'm writing my own research papers. And I just wanted a cheery way to kind of highlight sections, and I thought, why not? So pastel highlighters, range of colours: purple, lint green, I guess, light blue, yellowy, orange and pink. I like them because they're a little bit more, I don't know, muted. I think they're fun, and it makes me far more inclined to proofread my reports if I've got some bright pastel nice colours that I can use to liven up when I spot mistakes in my work or when I highlight sections that I want to change. So highlighters are my number 4 thing that have made me have a cheery working month so far. And then my last thing for the month is this. It's, who made it? Ted Baker. It's my Ted Baker notebook. Again, I had this, gosh, a couple of years ago, but didn't really use it. It's got a very shiny gold edge to the pages, but I'm trying to do a bit of a bullet journal. I'm trying to keep a bit of a record of my achievements and my to-do list over the summer period. It means I can stay on track of all the deadlines I've got coming up. I want to make sure I hit the research deadlines to get grants in, and also it helps me to stay motivated, because if I'm having a tough week, I can look in this and I can go, well, actually, you know, I achieved X, Y, and Z, and therefore maybe the week isn't going quite, you know, as tough as I thought it was. Yeah, bullet journal, pastel highlighters, my amazing 2 terabyte hard drive, book that's proving to be really good, but I'll get back to you in July when I finish reading it, if it's good all the way through, and of course my mouse mat to remind me of travelling and the mountains, and that I will get to go skiing at some point eventually. But they are my top 5 things that are making my academic work basically more fun and more enjoyable, and in the case of the book, I'm getting to read and enjoy learning something a bit different. But yeah, I'd be really interested to know in the comment section what product or what thing that you're using at the moment that's livening up doing your academic work or getting you ready for your summer job, whatever situation you're in. But yeah, and if this was interesting, let me know, and I will do another one in July with my top 5 products of July. But yeah, that is it for June. So I post every Monday and Thursday, not typically talking about products. Usually we talk about student stuff, how to write better essays, work plans, CVs, things going on at the university. So yeah, I will see you after the weekend on Monday, and I'll have another video. But yeah, have a good weekend, look after yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Oh, and if this was interesting, hit the like button, and if you haven't already, why not subscribe, and you can join our academic channel on YouTube. But I hope to see you soon, take care, and I'll see you Monday. Bye.